And we're back. I was supposed to post this video on Tuesday, but today's Saturday because life happened. A bunch of random things came up, so here we are, getting it done. One video a week, as promised. The question I probably get asked the most is about my gear. What gear do I use to shoot every day? And today, I thought, why not do a what's in my camera bag video. So we're gonna go through everything that's in my bag. I'll go over what I use them for, some of my favorite things about them. Let's get into it. First thing, just kidding. Before we get started with what's in the camera bag, we'll start off with what camera bag I use. This is the Nomadic Peter McKinnon collab bag. It's a hefty bag. It's a pretty good sized bag, as you can see. And I probably had this for about a few years now. This thing is a beast. It really beat it up over the years, but still holds up. And there's a lot of compartments, which is a blessing and a curse. Here comes a sneeze. Which is a blessing and a curse because yes, it can fit a lot of your gear. I just end up throwing a bunch of stuff in there that I might not even need every day. Let's dive into the bag. Probably the most important thing in the bag would be my camera, and I use a Canon R5, which is recording right now. I guess I could do this. Yep, there you go. Canon R5, been using it for about a year and a half. I freaking love the thing. I think it's one of the best run and gun cameras out there. It does have that overheating issue. Being here in Houston, Texas, it does get very hot in the summer, and there were a few times where it overheated on me and I had to, I was lucky enough to have refrigerators near me, and you know, I just stick the camera in the refrigerator, take a little break, take it out, keep filming, overheat again, stick it back in the fridge. Yeah, it sounds dumb, but it just makes sense. Moving on to lenses. We'll go from widest to tightest. The widest lens I have right now, which is also recording right now, so I can't really show it to you unless I do this trick again. Oh shoot, that's not. It's the 15 to 35 Canon RF lens. It's a solid vlogging lens, super wide at 15 millimeters. This is 15 actually, so it can like reach out. I'm super close to the camera, you can still see everything. Super convenient and versatile, and if you ever need to get it a little bit closer, you just crank it up to 35, back to 15, and you just have best of both worlds. Moving on to probably my most used lens, and it's the Sigma 24-70 f2.8. This lens is special to me. I bought this years ago when I was first starting out. I saved up a bunch of money working as a lifeguard. I always use this for product photos, studio shoots. Like I said, this is my most used lens. The third lens, this thing is my go-to. I use this for all the cinematic shoots that I do, for all the work edits that I do. Anything that I film on a gimbal, I usually just throw this lens on, and it's the Sigma 35mm 1.4. I love this thing. The focal length is perfect. It's not too tight, it's not too wide. It's a sweet spot, and the 1.4 just gives you such a nice look. In the future, I probably will switch over to the native Canon 35mm 1.4 just because the autofocus is a lot quieter. Sigma lenses, they tend to be very noisy while they're focusing. It's not so bad to the point where your footage is not usable. If you're in the market for a lens and you don't know what you want to get, highly recommend this. The last lens, number 4, is every photographer's dream lens while they're starting out, and it's the Canon 50mm 1.2. Look at, oh wait, you can't see it. Look at all that glass. Look at that. Recently, I've just been really using it for video only. It's got an amazing look at 1.2. It gives you that nice shallow depth of field. This is another lens that I highly recommend, aside from the 35mm. Going into the extras, I have 2 Peter McKinnon Polar Pro ND filters. These are the variable NDs. This 67mm one that I have is a 6-9. 82mm that I have is 2-5, which I think is the perfect range. The 6-9 is just really dark. So if you're thinking about which range to get, 2-5 is the one you should go for. With the R5's large file sizes, I keep around 3 CF Express cards. This one's 128 gig. I have another one of these and a 256 gigabyte CF Express, and that's plenty of storage for me, honestly. Other than that, I carry 3 of these LP6 Canon batteries and 2 charges because you never know when you might run out of power and need to recharge on the go. Going on to things that are outside of the bag, by far the best gimbal I've ever used, honestly, better than the Ronin, is the Zion Crane. I think this is the 2. I don't know if it's because I'm really used to this or if it's really just the best gimbal out there. With the Ronin, when I used it, I had to just keep resetting it, pulling the trigger twice, and because it would keep tilting. But with this, it's perfect. I film with this upside down like this, with the LCD screen flipped out so I can see my shot, because if I go right side up, this motor here is blocking the screen and I can't see anything. Great gimbal. All right, that's pretty much everything in my bag. I think I got everything. Now every time a person asks me, what do you use to shoot? I'll just send them the link to this video and they can watch it and find out. Trying to stay on top of the 1 video a week. This week got really busy and you know, that Tuesday upload didn't happen, but I'm gonna try to pick 1 day out of the week to record consistently on. So if there's any specific days that you guys want me to upload, drop it down in the comments below. We'll try to make it happen unless life gets in the way. But 1 video a week, we're doing it, and I'll see you in the next one. Come say hi. Wait. Oh, shh. Goodbye.